Deadline is tomorrow and we are tight on a deadline. Tight. It gave me a load of anxiety for pretty much no reason. I feel a weird guilt about it. Right, good morning. Yet another week has started. I was on the phone, so I didn't really record this in the car, but we've made it to the workshop this morning. And as you guys know from last week, we've got no cutting equipment, so we're having to cut stuff with a grinder. That doesn't matter. We still have shit to get on with. So we've come in early today. It's going to be a busy week. We're under the gun with this one. We've got one very little rail to do, and then most likely the walk-on glass frame that we picked up. And then we've also got to order the sills this week. So it's going to be a busy week, lots to get on with. And yeah, let's make a start. I don't know what episode this is, but let's go.
Ei menina, mostra o teu poder, desliza no beat, faz acontecer. O mundo gira ao teu redor, com esse swing, tu é maior. Sobe o clima, sente o calor, requebra no ritmo, sente o amor. Vem no flow, não pode negar, essa vibe é nossa, pode acreditar.
In a true Chico fashion, you've just seen me stuck all of these in. And I've got to the end, and I'm checking my gaps. I'm still measuring my gaps, making sure that it's all equal. And it is. Both sides is all good. And I get to the end, and it looks smaller. So I go through, checks my gaps. Yep, my gaps are correct, 90. Goes to check my gaps with the vernier. Yeah, correct. There's a couple that are maybe 1 mil out, but that's not going to create a 15 mil difference. And so I check my bars, and they're not actually 22. It is 22 mil round bar, but it's more like 23 mil round bar. So now all of these are going to have to come off, cleaned up, and then go back on. That's annoying. Just spent an hour putting these in, so let's cut them out. So I just wanted to catch again. I've started popping these in. Halfway recording is happening. Sam's struggling with a long bar by himself. Oh no, he's made it. Well done. But, so, I've changed that by 1 mil, the spacer. And now what I've done is I've gone halfway, a little bit more than halfway. Double checked this distance now. I've measured it, same on both sides. And then I've done the same calculation from here to here. And it's coming out with the same gap as how it was supposed to be. So right now we're doing good on the gaps. That could be something that I need to think more about in the future, and potentially it's one of the problems that could occur from you trying to be too accurate in some sense, because it looks to me, or it feels to me, like the steel industry is just not catching up, or at least it's not catching up at the right rate, because the materials are still wonky. You're still getting I-beams which are twisted. You're still getting materials which aren't the correct thicknesses, and you're trying to innovate and you're trying to move to a different way of working, potentially using softwares and all different sorts of things but you can't, because the material hasn't caught up. The industry itself hasn't caught up with the amount of software innovation there is these days. And I've already worked out my distances in the model. I've already done all of that, and now we're having to redo things in the actual workspace to make it work. Damn, that's a heavy gate. That is one heavy ass leaf.
Size comparison.
Massive. Massive. And it's heavy. 22 mil solid bars in the middle. Good infills. We did move them around. Now the gaps are all perfect. So that is all ideal. So now we're going to start welding this one. And then in a minute, once this one's welded, stick the other one on the table and do the same thing. Do it. That has been a massive pain in the back. There's just quite a few that are, for some reason, one of our bars is slightly bowed, our bottom rail slightly bowed, and the middle ones I had to grind extra so I can get them in, which is unfortunate because I don't even know how this is bowed. But anyway, this is all in. Now I have to make a decision. Do I clean this up or do I now jump on the other one? I am very split because I'm not sure if I can do both. It is currently 4:30. I'm thinking I'm going to stay here late anyway today, just because I'm feeling it. But also I'm thinking whether or not this would be easier to weld on the table, and then when we flip over, because they're very heavy. Me and Sam did lift the other one, but they're super, super heavy. Like for comparison, this is a meter more than what I'm for. It's insane. But yeah, I'm getting quite hungry though, and it is 4:30. I still haven't eaten anything. But anyway, I'll have a little think. I'll have a 5-minute thing, go to the toilet, and then I'll come back to you guys for the decision. I'll either be welding this or start the little, because it's only 500 long. It's not nothing crazy for the little rail, but I do need to completely make the whole thing, like drill some holes, cut the top rail, cut the bottom rail, cut the spindles, like do the whole thing, fully weld and clean it, because it's going out tomorrow morning. You can hear Roscoe outside on his bike as well. But yeah, I'm gonna have a little think, because 3 hours should be enough to do that. It's 4 o'clock now, 3 hours by 7 o'clock, and then once we come in tomorrow, I think I'll make a start on the other one. Anyway, let me have a little think and I'll come back to you. Right, so we have decided to leave this one for a moment and to get on with the little one. I've already drawn it up here on my little table. I've already got all the parts out. I just need to basically get it cut and made up. I've already cut my little 2 side bars. They're gonna have, I'm just about to clamp them together so I can put 2 holes on them so I can bolt them to both of the railing on site. So I'll do that. Then I'm gonna cut my top bar, cut my bottom bar, pop it all together, and I think, 500 is gonna need four intermediate bars, which I've already got some slightly longer, which I can cut down. So yeah, all of that is so far so good. So let's get these 2 drilled up. What are we thinking? 8mm bolts, so we'll do 10mm holes. So we'll do that. We'll do that first, and then we can move on. Right, can you see that little black thing in this eye here? You see it? That's a piece of metal. Let's take it out. you mind if I use your mirror? Got the bastard.
Got the bastard.
See that? See that one thing there? That was in my eye. Man, I'm wearing glasses and still getting stuff in my eyes. Fuck's sake. Dirty job. Let's make sure we don't put it back in. Oh, you can literally see the dust. That's crazy. Anyway, let's carry on. Nobody cares about that. Let's carry on. We've got the main frame, the little, well, main frame compared to these fuckers. This is the baby frame. This is what comes out of this frame. But anyway, so we've done the frame and now we have come back to calculating the spindle distances. I have got the thing for you. If you do this shit, I have got the thing for you. I've made a free calculator that you can, so I've put it on Google Sheets. So what you're gonna have to do is save it to your own Google account. So because I'm just gonna make it like save only anyway. Ayush is gonna put it somewhere in the description, and it's a really good, basically it's the entire calculator. Instead of you having to take this, take the thickness, divide that, minus this, you just type in how many bars, type in the thickness of the bars, type in the total inside width without, so the inside to inside. Wait, my glove is in the way. So from inside to inside. So you take that dimension, type it in at the top, then you type in how thick your bar is, how many bars you think you want, and the calculator also does one thing really good. What it does is it will light up green if the distance is less than 100 and it's accepted by the regs. If it's more than 100, it will light up red to tell you, don't fucking do it. Download the calculator, it's free. I'm helping you out here. Help me out as well, like the video. Also, do not forget to double check the thickness of your actual bar, because you think it's 12 mil and it turns out it's 12.5. There you go, across 15 gaps, you've lost 15 mil. Well, yeah, something like that. Something like that. But make sure you always check the actual thickness of your bar, so when you type it into the calculator, it's the correct thickness, because the calculator doesn't care. It's maths. If you type in 12 mil, it will account for 12 mil. If your bar is 12.5, then your last gap is not going to work, which is what happened for me on the first one. After that, I checked, changed the actual number in the calculator. It gave me the correct distance, so I had to minus the distance by 1 mil. There you go. That's how you do it. Download the calculator, man. What are you waiting for? Nah, I'm joking. Finish the video first. Right, we are in the workshop and I've decided to put this thing on because I do not want to burn myself again. So what we've got to get on is we've got to load the van up over there. Got to load the van up, send Sam out. He's got a bit of running around to do today. And then after that, what we've got to get on with is once he's gone, once Sam is gone, like that, we've got to carry on welding these up. Deadline is tomorrow and we are tight on a deadline. Tight. Understatement, but I think we can do it. I think we can crack it out. Work hard today. Sam said he's happy to stay on a couple of extra hours if needs be. Hopefully we'll get a new saw blade today. Yeah, ideal. Stuff is moving forward. Right, we've got this all flipped up now. Oh, these are heavy. They're really scary to work around, but I'm gonna try and tie it to the bottom as well, so I can't do this. And now it's strapped to the table, so it can't do that because the table's pretty much heavier than it. But yeah, it is still really sketch to work on these. And then in a minute, I'll take this off because it gets hot, and put a welding jacket on, put the mask on, start welding this bad boy up. Let's do it. Also, I cannot forget that I need to call the customers. In fact, I might do that before. Oh, I'm a bit stressed, to be honest. Even though they're warm leads because they've filled out the form, I'm still a bit worried because they haven't come to me. I've gone and fished them out. But yeah, anyway, let's see what happens. It gave me a load of anxiety for pretty much no reason. I've just called all three of the customers, all three of the leads, and Nobody answered. Brilliant. And my heart is going nuts. But anyway, we've left voicemails, text messages, and we've sort of got a little plan of how to contact them again. I'll give them another go in a couple of days. I think it's really difficult because they sort of contacted us over the weekend, and I don't know if it's not professional for me to call them over a weekend, or it is more professional for me to call them over a weekend. I don't know. So anyway, let's see what will happen, see if they will come back to us, see when they can come back to us, and then we can go from there. That's all we can do, really. But now, let's get on welding this. It seems to be harsh times for everybody out there. I have just spoke to one of my suppliers and, I just spoke to a lady in the office and they said that as of today, they've gone into liquidation. Just shit. And you know what the worst thing is? That my brain immediately goes to, what about the thing that I ordered? Is that still gonna come in today? Because my world doesn't stop spinning, you know? And I've got a really good relationship with the owner as well. So it's a difficult one. It makes me think a lot. Damn. Right, I want to talk about this because I have a weird feeling. And you know it's awful especially when you know somebody personally and they've helped you out so much, and you have a sort of in the last few months things have obviously been difficult here as well, and on top of that he has helped me massively. Even obviously they've known about situations, and I know I still owe them a little bit of money. I think maybe £700-800, about £1,000 maybe. And I know that's not, I don't actually know, but I don't think that's the straw that broke the camel's back. But it still doesn't feel great, and you still sort of feel like somewhat responsible or something like that, because I don't know, it's such a weird thought. But yeah, I feel a weird guilt about it, and I will make sure he gets every penny back anyway, because it's not what's happened with the company, obviously isn't nothing to do with my personal relationship with the owner, and I've given my word to him, so I've got to make sure that I hold true to my word, and hopefully he can get back up and get on his feet and sort everything out. So yeah, it's just a weird feeling. It's a weird thought that anything can happen. Stuff looks amazing, and then next thing you know, you're into liquidation. Shit, man. It's mental. Right, I'm fucking stressing. I'll tell you that. I'm stressing because now I don't know what's going to happen with the bandsaw blades. And that stresses me out because I'm stuck with no cutting equipment. At least up until now, I had my bandsaw, I had something. And I'm trying this machine again, but it's not working. Something's not right with it. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and drain the oil out of it, see what that looks like. And yeah, I know I can do this job by hand, but if I don't look into this and figure out what the fuck I'm doing, I'm just going to be stuck with a grinder for fuck knows how long. And I can't afford to do that because I've got these jobs, I'm cutting them 4 times as long, and it's a fucking piss take. Right, I'm sat here, I'm cutting through this material and I'm just getting frustrated. No matter how trained my hand is, I'm just not getting perfectly square cuts. Not on lugs, not on the plates. Oh, and that just looks fucking unprofessional, and I'm stressing out here. Sam's just heading over now towards picking up the materials from the supplier, and he potentially is going to make it, or potentially is going to waste his time. Then he's got to drive back. I'm paying him for that. The good thing is I've spoke to West Country, I've given them an update about this, they know what's going on, and they have basically said, mate, we understand that, like, absolutely. Honestly, there's only good things that I can say about these guys. I have never worked with anybody like that who completely understands the business, completely understands that there's stuff that comes out of your control, completely understands mistakes. Like, honestly, if there's one thing I could say is try and work with companies like that. Try and work with clients like that, because that's the people that will take you to the next step, you know? That's the people that just make you happy to do business with. Like, honestly, massive shout out to West Country Group. It's like unbelievable that there is, you know, back in the day, I used to think, fuck's sake, is every customer like this? If it is, then I don't want to be in business. But now I'm thinking, if every customer's like West Country, then I love it. Absolutely happy days. You know what I mean? But at the moment, I'm getting really frustrated because I've welded everything I can. Posts are done. Gates are done. Cleaned up where I can. Like, I'm stuck, man. It's an interesting day. Fuck's sake.
Meanwhile,
We made it to the galvanisers. Lovely bit of lovely view. Been waiting for a minute, but it's because there's so many lorries around. And there was a bit of a confusion with the payment, but luckily it got paid this morning early enough, and they were pretty sound about it. So I'm running a little bit behind because of the wait, but other than that, let's go. A successful drive so far. Now we're at the galvanisers, about to get ready. Chico's requested a Sam cam, so this is the best I can do. I'm at the galvanisers now. There was a little bit of a confusion with the payment. They were telling me it hadn't been paid, but Chico is good for paying, so he sent me a screenshot, sorted out. It took about 15-20 minutes, but other than that, not too far behind. Good traffic today. A bit different weather from yesterday, but we move. All good. Let's go. So it's still been about 15 minutes of waiting. I'm not sure if it is literally a hold up because of lorries, or if it's a hold up because maybe they've lost the posts. I don't know, but yeah, they're aware that I'm here. Just a waiting game. Day 5. Resources are running low. Water's nearly gone and the food is dwindling. I don't know if we have much chance of survival, but hopefully they come soon. Please galvanise, just galvanise. I want to just discuss quickly the importance of good customer service and you know, the overall effect that has on the image of your brand and your company. So if you walk in, for example, let's talk hypothetically, because we're not gonna slander nobody, but we walk in, say good morning, and if you get ignored by both people on the front desk, it sort of makes you feel a bit unwanted. You know, you're there to do a job. You're there to do, just keep an eye out on the forklift. Here we go. All right, they've now taken the paperwork. So, yeah, if your whole job is to sit on reception, greet people, take payments, or, you know, sort things out, you'd expect that they would be forthcoming. You wouldn't have to explain why you're there, or, you know, what do you want, sort of thing. It should just be you know, they help you through the process. But, you know, going off into the back when they say that it hasn't been paid, as if like I'm a criminal or something. I don't know. I think it just gives you a certain impression. It makes you not want to go somewhere. So, yeah, if any of you are building businesses, any of you have got staff that are on reception or greeting roles or anything, just make sure that they're nice. I think that's just a bottom standard.
There he is. Main man, made it back. Successful trip. Well done, mate.
Just off the traffic, so on the way back it was queued the whole way.
Good morning, people. We have made it to the workshop. Just opened up. It's a miserable rainy day today. We've sent Sam over. Sam's over at going to be going to BNI soon in the next hour or two. And we have got our materials. We are going to be cracking on with the rest of this gate. I'm waiting on the oil today. In fact, I'm gonna ask a friend of mine to swing past my house and pick it up. But yeah, today is just gonna be a day of, sorry guys, I'm trying to open the back door. Look at that. Miserable day today. Dark, rainy. But yeah, we're gonna be trying to crack on with the rest of this project. We've got one pedestrian gate and one railing to finish. A couple of lugs couple of base plates for the posts, and other than that, it should be all ready. I reckon today/tomorrow it should be finished, and tomorrow ready for galvanizing. So then the next step would be is figuring out how do we take these to the galvanizers. I'm going to speak to Dave. I'm going to get Sam to speak to Dave today and mention it to him. And yeah, we'll go from there. Right, let's open up and crack on. We are now going to make a start. I am thinking one of these days I'm going to try something else and actually put video on the GoPro. I don't know if I'm going to do that today, but I'm going to set everything up and let's just make a start. Let's get on to it. As you guys have just seen, or you're about to see, we have cut the parts and we've got our ped gate on the table. We're just going to tack up all the corners, double check all the angles. I'm quite happy with these little jigs for big square frames because they make things a little bit quicker and then it's much easier to line stuff up. So yeah, all good. Let's tack this stuff up. We've now got this frame all welded up. Going to clean it up. I'm gonna clean up this side and start putting some of the spindles in. However many spindles I've got, I'll pop it off to one side, then I'll put the little railing on the table and then make a start on welding that. And then Sam can cut me a couple more spindles for the door. Yeah, go from there. Right, we're moving in good speed. Moving in good speed at the moment. What did I want to say? I wanted to say something. There's a book that I've been listening to today while I'm working. And it's a book that I've listened to already maybe 2-3 times. But I'm going back over it one more time. And then I've bought it to read it as well. It's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And every time I listen to any part of the interview, it really talks to me, as in it's explaining your life and the amount of stuff that has happened, some of the bad habits, all sorts of stuff, like including the smoking, And this time that I'm going over it, I am fully engaged and I'm going to try and properly listen to the advice and stop drifting on the accounts that I can control. So that will be another part of the journey at the moment. That's a personal part. I'm really keen to make sure the personal reaches where I want to be, so then the business can follow with that. So yeah, all good. So far, so good. Productive morning. Let's keep it going. All right, there you go. That's our ped gate completed, all cleaned up, all sides. I'm just gonna make a start. I've actually decided not to put the spindles in this just yet because Sam's coming in a minute and we've only got a couple cut. What we wanna do is I wanna stick the other one on the table, start making the railing, and yeah, put all the spindles in that because that's already been cut. And then when Sam comes in, finishes cut the spindles on one of them. So for the ped gate, then what he can start doing is take over the railing and then he can be cleaning that up while I'm welding the ped gate. So that's how we're gonna do it. Doing well, doing really well. All right, so we've made it to the workshop. What we've got to get on with is that one there. So just the frame on the front. Just needs spindles. So jobs for today. It's lugs on railing, lugs on one of the short posts, and hinges on the 2 gates, and final cleanup. And that's it. And this is all done. Sweet. Happy days. It's dusty. So first what we'll start with is we'll make a bit of a prep. We'll get some, oh, it's gonna get tight in here, but we'll get some trestles, stick them in front of the, just here, so we can set the railing up there, and then stick the door on the table and make a start on that. So I'll do a bit of a cleanup, just a bit of a cleanup, and then sort of set everything up. Let's do it. Right, guys, I have made a bit of a stupid mistake, and I forgot one of the details off of the drawings. So now I've got to go back, get the laptop with the model, which I should have already had with me today, but anyway, we move forwards. Yep, so I'm gonna go back, get the laptop with the design software, and then come back to the unit, do the final checks. Now you guys have just seen the gate welding on the time lapse, and that's pretty much finalized all the welding. There's a couple of base plates to be welded and some lugs and some hinges, and that is it. This job is complete. So we are looking like we're going to be on track to complete it today, 10:30 at the moment. So that's all good to go. So yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys back in a bit. Take you back to the Sam cam. Yeah.
It's like, it's the main thing, it's the main selling point, isn't it? That you see the 3D models and stuff.
Right, I'm just making a quick cup of coffee, and we are there. We're on the home run. I think a few plates, but there's a big butt coming. There's a big butt coming. And guess what that butt is? Sam, just a sec before you start, I've got to tell the camera our fuck up. Well, we have 3 posts that are getting bolted to the ground. What did you guys notice? No base plates. My belief of having enough 10mm plate for the base plates is this. Because I saw this one, which is plenty, but it's 8mm, not 10. Fuck's sake. So now, we've spoken to a few people to see if they can sort us out some 10mm plate today, and I think we might have somebody. We're just waiting on a call back. So we've done some of the hinge parts on this, and it's literally, that's it. It's just hinges and base plates. So we're finishing up, just plates. Yeah, difficult one. Awkward, isn't it, Sam? Very. But Sam's just finishing the cleanup on that, which is like the last little grinding bits, and then that's it. All is done. Ped gate is done, pretty much all done. Just need to drill a couple of holes. Yes. Right. We're in a bit of a pickle. Because we've just received, so we can get no plates today at all. I've tried 4 different places. Also, the delivery for this to go to the galvanizers, the galvanizers just told me that apparently they've booked my spot on the truck somebody else. Oh, it's a fucking mess. So these are gonna be ready for tomorrow, but they're not gonna go out tomorrow. So I'm just thinking, because I've got something else to get on with, I'm just thinking to sort of pause this and just come in and do some more tomorrow. I don't know. But most likely what you're gonna see next is me tomorrow working on the same gates. It is what it is. Right, good morning people. Yet another day, yet another dollar, hopefully. So today, gates should be getting picked up. I hope we can make it. There's been one of the other jobs that's coming out of the powder coaters is apparently not heading over to West Country today because I've missed the cut-off date for the payment. But I did send them an email saying that I've got some sort of verification issue with Revolut, so they're not allowing any transfers going out or in, which is really weird. So I've submitted the verification that Revolut need, and then as soon as that's sorted, that's when I can pay for it. But yeah, at the moment it just looks like they are not sending it out, which is weird. Like I'm sending them a different job each week, and they're still not being like, come on man, just send it out. I'll still pay you. But it is what it is. We've got to get on with hinges for the second gate. Got to make that happen right now. As soon as I get in, Sam's just gonna swing by and pick up the plates, and then plates are going on the posts, and then that's it. That's this job done. I hope we can do it by midday. I hope we can. Got a few hours yet, so let's see. Right, let's crack on. We're at the workshop, let's crack on.
Did it hurt like hell, falling through the clouds to be free? Oh, free. It was hard enough for me to fight the storm. Were you hoping that I could keep us both warm? Hearing sirens playing from the start. Hearing sirens playing from the start, from the start, from the start, from the start. Hey, hey. Did you hear them sirens playing? Hear them sirens playing?
So we've now got Sam in the shop as well. What's up, Sam?
Hello.
Sam's gonna drill our base plates. He's just brought them in from the suppliers. We've all marked them all, started drilling them already, and they're gonna go on our posts. I have already made a start with this. Got our cutouts, got our welds. I'm just about to start beveling my welding plates so we can put a nice weld on them. Bevel these, about 3mm bevel, so we can fill it up, and then after that, once you've filled it all up, when you clean it off nicely, that's what happens. This just needs a bit of despattering, but it looks spot the fuck on. What you done?
Well, they got thrown into the scrap, but I definitely cut them.
Oh, you found them?
Yep. I knew I wasn't going crazy.
So what have we got? Are they correct?
They're like 2 more.
What, under? Fuck's sake, Sam!
It was all by hand.
I expected better from you. Nah, I'm kidding.
Right, 14 good ones.
I'll make it work, don't worry. I'll make it work. It's a good thing that I'm a professional.
I'm not.
That's alright. Oh yeah, Sam, why don't you tell the people what happened yesterday? Why are you wearing a jacket on top of your overalls?
Yeah, so I'm actually not 15 stone overweight.
That's what he tells people, but...
Yeah, broken the jacket though, that's how big I am. Yeah, so I was trying to grind some metal down. My overalls set on fire. The flame was coming up to about here. had it out. I've never been on fire before, but
Sam had to lay down and roll in the workshop.
drop and roll along the floor.
Yeah, drop and roll, Sam, drop and roll.
Fire extinguishers, everything, the whole lot. Health and safety. Big up, Adam.
Maybe we shouldn't put that story in there. You know what? Cut this out. Ayush, cut this out. Cut this out. We don't want health and safety coming here. Never mind. This never happened. He just caught himself on a bit of metal. Right. Come on. Let's carry on.
From the start. Hey, hey. Hear them sirens playing from the start. Hear them sirens playing from the start. From the start. From the start. Hear them sirens playing from the start.
Right. Now, these are super heavy and we've got to clean them underneath. So, let's see what the plan's going to be for that. So, what I think I'm going to do is stick a 36 grit on this one and then another invoice. I've got invoices coming in left, right and center, but no payments coming in left, right and center. Why is that? Why is it always like this? Okay. 36 grit. Relatively fresh. Or actually, a potentially better idea would be to stick a 60 grit, a 40 grit, flappy, on this brush. Let's find the brush up. Should probably turn it on. Right, I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of gigabytes of footage if I do this with the video. So I'm going to go back to time lapse and just keep moving this around because I really do want to get this finished today. Out the way a little bit, maybe a little bit earlier. Finish at 4 o'clock, go to the gym. Good plan. Probably not going to happen. Let's see. Hinges all on, all cleaned up. Now let's move on to the next one. Once the hinges are on and the plates come in for the posts, that'll be this job complete and out of the way. Sorted. Fantastic. Next is going to be getting some money in today, sorting out the bills that need to be sorted out, and getting some bandsaw blades. Need to get prepped for next week as well because the galvanizing and the powder coating of these is going to be quite expensive. So I need to make sure that I've got enough for that, so then we can pull the money in for that job. It's a difficult one, especially when cash flow is tight. The difficulty comes in being able to pay the one job, being able to pay off the one job, and still have enough left over to do the major things like powder coating and stuff like that, because a lot of the time the 50% deposit doesn't actually cover the full cost of one job. It will cover for example maybe 70% of the job, and then 30% will get paid off from the money in the bank account, and then that will get replenished by the final amount of the job that comes in. So now we're just trying to do that, trying to keep on top of the cash flow. Cash flow is a big situation, and that's going to be one of the things that I'm discussing with Trade Mastermind, because working in a negative cash flow is just a killer. So we'll get the headphones back in, get the GoPro set up again, and move on to this one. So Mark has just popped in, Rika. He's helped us out because we were running a bit low on these, and he just pulled one of these out of the van. So lovely. We've put an order in for some more discs. Now we've got some flappies to get on with. Rika, give him a shout. Hips, come here. She's a workshop dog, isn't she? Workshop dog. Awesome. Sweetest dog going. So it is time to wrap up number 7. And this week's lesson is basically, as you've seen, somebody in our network has had to go into liquidation, and shit like this happens all the time. But I suppose the lesson is to understand that this stuff happens and to keep pushing forward anyway, because these problems will occur, and it's likely that we'll have to go through ups and downs, massive ups and downs. In fact, you might have to take on people, then you might have to get rid of loads of people. So the lesson is just to keep going. It's to stand up when you fall. It's to always get back on your feet. And the way to do that is to have the vision of the future in mind. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm keeping that vision in mind, and I'm trying to stand up every time I fall. So that's the lesson for this week. Thank you guys for watching, and Chico out.